Hello, my name is Sandra, and welcome to my channel From Lack to Legacy. On this channel, we're all things money, investing, and mindset. In particular, how to go from a scarcity mindset to a mindset of abundance. And of course, we talk a little travel over here because that's what we do. And so, if this is your first time here, welcome, welcome, welcome. Please, as you come into the chat, please greet everybody in the chat. We always say hello. Make sure that you like, subscribe, and share the channel. If you've been here before, you already know the drill. Everybody in the chat, these are not subscribers. Everybody that is in this chat is a friend of mine. This is our family. This is our community. And so I want to welcome you back. Don't you forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and share the channel as well. You guys know our very own Mara Love, our moderator extraordinaire, is actually helping to raise funds for Alzheimer's research. And so I have placed the link in the chat. Hey, Mara Love, she just popped on here. And so I'm asking you to please support such a worthy cause. It doesn't have to affect your family directly, but we all know somebody maybe removed from us, maybe somebody in the community that could benefit from the research that Alzheimer's is doing. And so I'm just asking you to tap on that link and get over there to Marilyn's page. Hey, Angela. That's my other travel sister. We met in Mexico. When I tell you, Anna, you're in for a treat today. You are with friends, Anna. These are all our travel sisters. I promise you, it's such a soft environment. We try to create a soft, safe space. Hey, Sam, how are you? I don't know if Sam is in Mexico. Sam greeted us. She says, Hola, ladies. But I met
Oh,
Sam in Mexico as well, too. So I am not going to hold you all because Anna and I are just here to help spread a little good news. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to allow Anna, I'm going to get out the way. And I want Anna just introduce herself. I know you saw the title. So I'm sure if you saw the title of the video that Anna is a retired educator. And we just want to talk to Anna about all the wonderful things she's doing because right now Anna is in Asia. And if I'm correct, you're in South Korea. Is that right,
that is
Anna?
correct. Yes.
Take it away, sister, and tell the people who you are. And we're going to start real easy. Like, how in the world is a Black retired teacher over in South Korea? And girl, what are you doing in South Korea?
Hi, everyone. I'm Anna, and I recently retired in June. This past June, I was a Spanish middle school teacher in New Jersey, and so I am a mother of two. I have two adult children, Mark and Sarah, and I am 61 years old. And yes, I'm a divorcee. I am a first generation Cuban American. So my parents are born in Cuba, so I'm the first generation. So this is definitely not cultural. I will tell you that. So how did I end up here? So it was so interesting. I started doing my solo traveling when I turned 60. So that was last year, and I went to South America. And so what I thought I was going to go back there. So I am a Christian, and so I always give things to prayer. And so God led me to Asia. I said, Asia? I said, God, I don't know anybody. I don't speak the language. But I think it was a faith walk for me, and it was really trusting Him in my journey of what my next was. And that's how I ended up here. So I started off in Japan, and now I'm in Seoul, and I'm continuing on to next is going to be Thailand. I'm going to come visit you.
Yes.
I'm going to
And
Thailand.
you're gonna be texting me because I'm on my way to Malaysia. Girl, we're gonna have to
Oh,
connect in
I'll see you.
Malaysia.
I'm going to be there too. We have to talk later because I'm going to
We
Malaysia too.
will. Yes, yes.
Mhm.
But you know what? Anna is being so modest, y'all, because Anna has been busy. Anna has been very busy. Anna, I think I read that you started pursuing your master's degree later, what some would consider later in life. Like you didn't do this like fresh out of college.
Oh,
When
no,
did you
no,
start working on your master's degree?
no. So I started working on my master's degree in 2019, which was about 38 years after I got my bachelor's degree. So it was so interesting. I knew I was supposed to go back to school, but I tried when I was, I think, in my 30s, but I was too chicken. I just thought couldn't do it. And so, but it's interesting when like I said, God knows what to do. He opened the door for me to get my master's in Spain. And how could I say no? So I got my master's in Spanish language and literature because, again, I'm a Spanish teacher. And this also helped me to build my pension a little bit. So that's how I ended up getting my master's. So I started in 2019. Then the pandemic kind of put a stop to it because it was a summer program, but I did some online in 20 and I finally finished in 22 and then I retired in 23. So, I mean, 24. So that's how it's got a little crazy.
You know what drew me to you, Anna? There are so many similarities. Our paths have crossed in so many ways. It's just amazing to me the way God works because you were in Spain during the pandemic, right?
No, no, I didn't fly. I actually did my classes online. I didn't go to
Okay.
Spain. I didn't go to
Okay.
Spain. I ended up doing. They offered some of because it's normally a live program, but because of the pandemic, they offered classes online for a few classes. So I did that, so it would take my load will be easier when I went back.
Okay, because I was
Mhm.
actually in Spain during the pandemic. Let me tell you, when I saw you and I was listening to your story, I was like, oh my goodness, that's me. Anna and we have so many similarities. I retired from education. I am out traveling the world. Anna was in Japan. I think that's when I first came across some of your content, some of your posts. And then I followed you to South Korea and I was like, I got to talk to her. Because we talked about this just like a little bit before we came on air. In case y'all don't know, Black women over 50, over 60 are currently having a moment. Y'all,
Yeah.
everybody take a bow, give a round of applause for the Black women who are out here we
Yes.
reclaim our time. We
Exactly.
pursuing degrees. We are traveling around the world, and
Yes.
we are not. We're unapologetically living our wildest dreams.
Yes, we
And
are.
I wanted Anna to come on because I don't want y'all to just listen like Sandra's over there selling us some pie in the sky. I promise you, I am not. Anna is here in Asia, and she will soon be
Hmm.
in Asia. So, Anna, what was the process for you? Because I know you gave us a little bit of background, but what made you decide, okay, I'm taking this show on the road? I'm going to retire. I'm going to leave the States. I'm taking this show outside. We're going outside.
So I have always wanted to travel ever since I can remember. I think ever since I took my French class when I was a freshman in high school. I always wanted to travel. So that's when the bug, I think, really hit me. And it's been something I always wanted to do. But, this comes marriage, there's comes children, their responsibilities. And you always put that in the back burner, in the back burner, in the back burner. But anybody who knows me knows I've always wanted to travel. So the situation presented itself. I knew that I just didn't want to continue to give my best years to my job because,
Mm-hmm.
they replace you. And
Mm-hmm.
so I said, this opportunity presented itself. I said I was eligible for a pension. And I said, I'm going to do this. I know people were like, you're doing what? You know how to do what? How does everybody feel? I said, I'm doing this. I said, my kids are adults. I said, I I started to, but it was a it was a step by step process. I started with
Yeah.
um, I started with Exodus Summit. I got to give them a plug because really they were the ones who made this. I said, "What? I could do this." When I heard other Black women saying what they're doing, that they don't have that much money, and they did this, I said, "Oh." So so that Exodus Summit, I've done coaching, I've done personal coaching, travel coaching. I did therapy. I did everything that I did to get well to be able to do this. And then when I did it, started getting my finances together. I became a minimalist. I started stop buying things. I started, little by little. And then I ended up giving my apartment. I sold my car. My girlfriend allowed me to move into her place for a little bit. And so it was like that. It was little by little, but that was the goal. And was it hard? Becoming a minimalist is hard. Giving
Mm-hmm.
And I was watching this one of the sessions, because I did Exodus Summits twice. I did it also in 23. And one of the sessions when becoming a minimalist, one of the things that there was a woman there who talked about clothing and things. How does it make you feel? If you have no if it doesn't make you feel like clothes, get rid of it. And that's the mindset that I kept. How does this make me feel? Why am I holding on to this? What is it about? And that's how little by little. And then I got to the point where I thought I was ready. And my daughter comes into the room and she said, Mom, you gotta cut that in half. I'm like, half. She said, Mom, you gotta cut that in half. That's too much. And I ended up. So I left with a backpack and a roller, and that's how I left to travel.
When you talk, I get straight chills. I am telling you, because you just laid out the roadmap. Because
Mm-hmm.
we are holding on to things. And it's not just that we're holding on to things, the things are holding us back.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You're going to be in the wind. If you're gonna be bopping around, whether it's a slow bop, a
Yes.
slow travel, slow
Yes.
mad, whatever you want to call it, you cannot lug all of those things with you. It's just not
Mm-hmm.
necessary.
It's
Anna,
heavy.
I was telling somebody this. I said, girl, there has not been one time in the last 3 years that I woke up and said, girl, I sure missed that Michael Kors bag. Or girl, I sure wish I had. Oh, I sure wish I had them Easter dishes. Not once. So honestly, and you can tell the people your own story. Have you missed, if you could do it over again, paring down, did you feel like you did everything that you needed to do to become a minimalist? Because I do really feel like that's a part of this journey. Either you have to find
Yes.
somebody to take custody of your stuff, or you got to be able to get rid of some of that stuff. How was it for you,
You
Anna, getting rid of
you
all of the
know,
things?
I'm gonna say this, and this may sound a little crazy when I'm gonna say, but when my grandmother died, she passed away about 5 years ago. I had to go into her home to determine what to take and what not to take. I realized that what other people value, what you may value, other people won't value. And in the back of my mind, I said, I'm going to make sure when that time comes that I won't let my kids go through that. So that
Ooh,
really kind of switched something in my brain. And I said, no, 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 we're not doing so. No, do I miss anything? No, matter of fact, I think I still carry too much.
come on. Tell the
So
truth.
there's still,
We're
yes,
traveling
there's
light out here.
Yes, I'm traveling super light. And this is the thing, when you get tired of something and you go somewhere, replace it. You get rid of that. You got your wear out of that. And then you just get, like I ended up picking up these earrings. Like I picked up 3 earrings this week at a market. And they were $10. I'm like, okay, when I get tired of earrings, moving on. So no,
Yeah.
and it's not like you're leaving the country. As my girlfriend says, you're leaving the country. You're not leaving the planet. It's not like things can't be replaced. So,
That's right.
so yeah, so no, I don't miss anything. Not at all. It's my
Hmm.
daughter.
Is that your baby? Is Sarah? That's your
Yeah,
baby?
that's
Hi,
Sarah. Yeah.
Sarah. Your mom is phenomenal. We are in love with this whole story. And I don't want us to get past this. When I tell you, I don't know if I'm on TikTok and Instagram all the time, y'all. I'm at night scrolling because I don't have anything to do. We're retirees. We have a schedule, but we really don't. So I'm
I
up
don't
just
have one
scrolling.
anymore.
Anna, are you all noticing? Because I'm a grandmother of four. Are y'all noticing the young Thundercats out here talking about coming to Thanksgiving dinner with grandma? I was like, wait a minute. If I go through this scroll one more time and a young black man say he coming to dinner with grandma, sir, you better be careful because grandmama can cook. Grandma will have you out here eating some collards and some cornbread. Grandmama can cook. Grandmama can bake. When I tell you, black women over 50 and black
Hmm.
women over 60 are out here living and having a moment, and people are starting to notice. Now, Anna,
Hmm.
age because I don't have nothing to hide. I've been telling my age since I was 12 years old. But a colleague friend of mine, she told me, she said, a woman that will tell her age will tell you anything. I was like, well, that's me. I'll tell you
That's
anything. Everybody does it. Anna, I'm not going to get all in your business. But do you share publicly your age? Because I just want to say, sister, you are looking
Absolutely. Absolutely. I am 61 years old, and thank God that I'm here, and that I'm healthy, and that I'm strong, and that I'm blessed. And yes, I'm very I share it without any hesitation.
yeah, as you should, because you don't look a day over 30. Girl, we are out here doing it, and we can you can share later or now or in the chat, girl, what your skin regimen is, because you got the glow.
Well,
You got
thank you.
I
Thank
am
you.
telling you,
Thank
we
you.
laugh about that, but I that there is this glow that we take on when we shed things that don't serve us
Oh my gosh,
anymore.
yes.
Yeah. And
Absolutely.
can you share, like, I can share some of the things that weren't serving me. Having a house, a big old house with nobody in it but me. That it wasn't serving me anymore.
Mhm.
So in your oh, that's my grandbaby. Y'all know that. Y'all already know. That's my boyfriend. He is gonna call during the live. Everybody knows. I was telling Anna because we had a little mix up with our time the other day, and Anna was so apologetic. I said, "Girl, stop, stop," because one thing we don't do over here is pride. We don't do perfect. We don't do stress. I that's another thing I had to shed. I had to
Mm,
leave some things behind. It wasn't just the physical things, Anna. It was I had to leave some of these mindsets behind too. So in addition to becoming a minimalist and leaving your things behind, what were some other things that you had to shed or to leave behind to get you to this place where you are looking like a teenager traveling the world with a backpack?
Um, One of the things I think was fear. I'm gonna be honest. Fear was
Yeah.
one of the things, and the fear that I couldn't do it. The fear of, oh my gosh, because people used to tell me, oh, you're gonna be alone. No, I don't fear it. I didn't. None of that. I learned, and I think that was so. Whatever issues I had, I made sure that I do get to go to therapy, because there's always going to be certain triggers that may come up, and I'm not ashamed to say that. That because
Mhm,
those, I didn't
mhm.
live this long without going through things.
Come on.
So yeah, so absolutely. But I learned I'm in a country where I cannot communicate with probably 99% of the people. It's body language. It's like,
Yes.
doing a bowing and smiling and thank you. And so, they talk to me and I'm like, okay, and no, I don't understand. But it's a matter of being comfortable in my skin, being being able to enjoy my own company. That is so important, because you're not going to be able to do solo traveling if you feel that you always need to be attached to someone, or you need to be because first of all, being alone to me is how you grow. I believe that's how, for me, it's God who speaks to me, who gives me direction, who leads me. Not all the noise is gone. Now it's
Yeah.
just me and him. It's my walk with him. So no, I had to give up that fear of being alone. One of my biggest fears, and I used to say this to everybody, that I got off that plane and I knew that I wasn't even going to understand the letters. Girl, I was like, okay, all right, and they're still human. So, it was fine. It just became comfortable, and my kids, they always knew that this was a dream, and they were always very supportive. So no, I mean, I can still call my girlfriends. We still talk. When I need that
Yeah.
contact, I call. I did have a girlfriend come meet me in Japan for a week, and it was great, and it was nice getting that
Mhm.
connection with her. But then it's like, okay, back to my journey. But it's really been a wonderful experience. But again, I did
Yeah.
all the work. I didn't wake up and say, okay, I'm doing this tomorrow. This has been a journey and a preparation to get here. And that's what I want to tell everyone, no matter what it may be. It's a journey and a preparation to get what your goal is.
Yeah, it's a process. And it sounds
It
like
is.
you really went through. And these are some things I am telling you. When I heard your story, I was like, you could just take my face and put it right on antibody because we did some of the same things. And I am
Mm,
with you. I am such a
mm,
proponent of therapy as a part of your preparation because we
mhm,
always hear, what to get rid of in terms of,
mhm,
becoming. I love this. Someone said, not a minimalist, an essentialist.
mm.
So
There you go.
girls,
Yeah, I
we're
like that. Yes.
essentialists. We carry what is
Essentialist.
essential. Yeah,
What
because
is
there's nothing
essential?
minimum, Anna. There's nothing minimum about the life that we are living. We are
No.
definitely maximizing all of our time and all of our experiences, but
Hmm.
bringing what's essential. I think that that holds true even for emotionally, mentally, not just the
Hmm.
physical stuff.
Right.
I went through therapy too, and I've been very transparent about that for an
Hmm.
entire year, intensive therapy every week at the same time. Girl, you could call me, and if it was therapy time, I'd be like, "Excuse me, but I gotta go talk to my boyfriend." My boyfriend is helping me leave and get rid of and deal with some of the things that I may not have had time to deal with and
Hmm.
address as I was a young mother, a teacher, of all those roles that we play.
Right.
We put ourselves on the back burner. We touched on that too. I am so
Hmm.
glad to hear you affirming that therapy
Hmm.
is not a bad word. It's not a
Not
bad
at
thing.
all. Not at
It's not
all.
for crazy people.
No.
Therapy is for all of us. We get our cars checked, we
Exactly.
get our teeth
Hmm.
checked. Why wouldn't we tend to that detail as well?
Hmm.
I wanted to ask you too, because when I say fit and fine sister, somebody else, everybody in the chat, I'm telling you, look, they're talking about the freedom glow up. I'm telling you, Anna, please talk to us. I am currently working with another sister here. Her name is Tracy, and she's a vegan advocate, and she does wonderful work. She just recently helped 25,000.
Oh,
I'm not going to
wow.
say black women at least try and start acclimating to a vegan lifestyle. Sister, talk to us about some of the things that you've had to do to attend to just your physical health. Are you working out on the road? Did you just, how do you maintain that? What's happening?
So about, I think it's been 7 years now. No, between 5 to 7 years. I started doing intermittent fasting,
Mm-hmm.
and that has been what has worked for me. And so I worked with a nutritionist. It was also during the pandemic. Like I said, I started doing a whole lot of changes
Mm-hmm.
because for me, the vegan diet does not work. Not that
Mm-hmm.
it does. I need more of a balanced diet. So, but she was telling me I was putting too much sugar in my diet, and not necessarily, adding sugar, eating sweets, but fruit, starches, and all of that. And so I learned to minimize those things. So really, I continue. Yeah, I have been a what did I just say? Oh my goodness, I lost my train of
Intermittent faster. Sister, you are out here preaching and dropping all the gems. Because,
I
Anna,
have,
we talked about that. We said we're just showing you a way. This doesn't
right,
have to be
right, exactly.
the way. We're just
Right. But
sharing
that's
a
what works
method.
for me. So yes, that's what I've done. And I've been doing a lot. Look, when you're in Asia, you walk, you climb steps. It's just so I have been averaging anywhere between 10 to 22,000 steps a day. So that is how climbing steps, going up and down steps, that is how I haven't been actually physically doing any exercise. That has been mainly my exercise, is just moving around. Presently, my accommodations is on the fifth floor. Walk up. So that goes up and down. So can I tell you, I'm
Please.
going up and down those steps multiple times a day. So yeah,
Mhm.
that's really what I'm doing right now. And as I know that I need to get back into strength training, and I think like so I'm starting to look at places where I'll be staying for long term, making sure there's a gym, making sure I have the room to start doing more exercises. So that's what I'm doing. But I've been my eating, it all depends on where I am. So one thing about Seoul, they believe a lot in fried foods. That's their
Mhm.
culture. The fruits and vegetables are at a premium here. It's
Mhm.
just outrageous. So I've been having, but I'll drink like mango smoothies with fresh yogurt, which is delicious. Like I'll have that. I have a lot of protein. Um, I That's kind of what I've been doing. There's a thing that I love. I used to eat a lot in the States called gimbap. It is a Korean sushi. It's larger, and I finally found a place that does has vegetables in it. It's wrapped in seaweed and rice. I'll eat that. But that's basically what I eat. But because I'm only eating basically once every 20 to 24 hours, it gives me, and because also, let me just say this, the food. The food outside the US is not the food in the US. I'm going to tell you that because
I see it all the time.
I was, I went, I knew what I was. I'm not going to put my weight, I'm going to put my business out there. I ain't going to necessarily, it's just not going to be fair because I don't look like what I weigh. But
Right,
anyway, I
right.
went, and then I went on a cruise because before I came to Japan, I went on an Alaskan cruise. And
Mhm.
you know what? That was my first time doing a cruising, girl. The cruising not for me because all you do is eat. That's just not. It's just not. And I can feel my
Got a
clothes.
cruise set up in February with my brother. I already know it's gonna be bedlam and mayhem.
Just prepare yourself because unless you're like maybe, because I went to Alaska, so there was a lot of time in the water. So, even though I got on the treadmill and everything, I know I was eating because that's what there's to do. And it was good. Of course, I'm going to try a little bit of this, try a little bit of that. But I felt everything getting tight. I said, Lord, I said, I was thinking, okay, this is the eating part of the pray, eat, and love, because I haven't gotten to the love part. So, this is the eating part. So I I said, okay, when I get back, I know I'm gonna end up shedding some weight.
Mhm.
I know I lost all of that. I lost 9 pounds since
Mm.
I even left the US. Telling me, and let me say this, I eat cheesecake. Yes, I eat cheesecake here. Doesn't taste like the cheesecake there. So
Mhm.
I have been able to even have sweets that I've never really been able to eat without feeling it in my body. So
Mhm.
yes, I have. So because the food is not the same, the ingredients are, it just doesn't feel the same in your body. I had
Yes.
I had steak in Japan that literally felt like the consistency in my body is chicken. That's how light it was.
Mhm. Mhm.
So it's
Mhm.
just not the same. So the food, you digest the food differently. The food um, goes into your body differently. It's not like lead. It's not heavy. It's light. So yes. Besides doing that, the exercising, but also I have to say it's the food. The food is very different,
Yes.
which
You
is
can
one of
tell
the
the
main reasons I left.
Yeah, the GMOs, all of this
Mhm.
genetically modified food,
Yes.
it's so beautiful to be able to walk down the street and see the person who grew the mangoes. It's a
Yes.
little grandma standing there. The
Yes.
mangoes still got dust on them. You know, I'm telling
Yes.
you, in my grocery store, you can buy the potatoes that are already washed, or girl, you can buy the potatoes that are just they have literally the dirt on
Nice.
that they were grown
Nice.
in. And so there's that part of the food, the meat,
Hmm.
all the whole food supply is just very different. And
Very.
so it is a blessing, I am telling you. So being
Yes.
able to have fresh fruit, have
Yes.
vegetables that you know are
Mhm.
organic because that's just the way they come and the way they
Correct.
grow. This is not
You don't
even
have
a
to
thing.
look for the label.
No, this is not a thing. All you need to do is find a grandma who has come to market. And I'm telling you, it's probably good.
Right. Right. Hmm.
So no, that is the truth in you. But where was your first city in Southeast Asia, in Asia? Where was your first city that you came to in Asia?
So
Did you start out in Japan?
yes, I flew into Japan, I flew into Tokyo, but I did Tokyo last. So I went to Yokohama, I went to Kamakura, I went to Kyoto, Kobe, and Osaka, and then I finished in Tokyo.
Yes. Well,
And
listen,
then I,
I'm partial. I have told everybody this. I'm just curious. This is just me. Nobody in the chat asked this question. This is just me. When I started out in Japan first, and then I went to Seoul, this is my opinion, my humble opinion. I just feel like Japan is like this superior nation. Sister, did you see the Uber drivers with the white gloves and the white lace seat? Where
There are
in the
no
world?
words. There are no words.
Tell the
I can
people.
see why people I can see why people like going to Japan. I really can. Because the yes, I mean, are they over the top? Absolutely. But
Mhm.
there's a sense of safety. There's a sense of order. There's such a zen of like zen. Life is zen. I couldn't believe that you see the sign on the train that said, if you're running, that means you didn't leave your house early enough. I said, what? You
They are
shouldn't be.
telling you.
You need to leave early. You need to make more. You need time. There's no sense of urgency for anything. Businesses don't open till 10 o'clock.
Yep.
There's no sense of urgency, and there's
Yep.
such a respect and just it's just a zen life and
Mhm.
quiet. So my girlfriend went to a concert in Tokyo. She couldn't believe that people were sitting there quietly waiting. That's just the way she said she's like she's making, she's an American, she's making, and she said and she said the artist, was saying, give some noise, and it was like getting them to even make noise because that's not their culture.
Yes.
So definitely it was very different. Now that's also different than here. I would say Seoul is much more of a Western influence. Much
Mhm.
more. They
Mhm.
really idolize the United States. They
Yep.
really idolize the West. That's what they are, and you can tell by there's still some. Of course, it's not totally like America because it's not, but you can see the influence is definitely there. One of
Mhm.
the things I learned about Japan's skin products are superior. The thing is that they don't advertise them because they don't want to. They want to keep it internally. See, Korea advertises. That's why we
Yes,
know
they
so
do.
much about that. But can I tell you, Japan's products are amazing. I love, now, mind you, I've been doing Korean products since the pandemic, since 20, and I love them, what you see here. But I can tell you that unbelievable. No
Listen,
comparison.
Anna, not just the skincare products. I did a whole video on hair care products. Unbelievable because I'm a natural curly girl. You look like you're a natural curly
Oh, I
girl
am,
too.
yes. I got my hair cut here, by the way, in color.
See, so let's spell myths about being lonely, not able to thrive, not finding what you need. All of that stuff telling you, do not be deterred, ladies. Catch the wave. Y'all better catch this wave.
Yes,
When we
yes.
when I was in Japan, and I stayed at a lovely hotel, and I had only brought so many products. I brought what I could to bring,
Hmm.
bring with me because I'm traveling with a
Hmm.
backpack. So I brought just enough conditioner. So on like the last day in this hotel, I'm scraping. I'm like, Lord, these locks, they gonna need this conditioner. And I looked over and I said, okay, I'm gonna bite the bullet. I'm gonna try this conditioner because I have never used a hotel product on my hair that was worth anything. Sister, when I tell you I was sold, I was like, oh yes. I found it on, if you haven't seen that video, go check it out. I am telling you, if you are in Japan, if you are in South Korea, you all, first of all, check out the skincare products because that is no
Yes.
joke. And I feel like Japan's products are superior. The only thing about it is I didn't try the skincare in Japan. I tried the
Oh,
hair
I
care
did.
product. Did you?
I did. Girl, I tried it all. I didn't even, wait a minute, I didn't even use any of my products that I bought. I haven't used those yet. I'm using it. I'm using it.
I'm telling
Amazing,
y'all,
amazing, amazing.
put
It's
it
just
on
been,
your list. Put it
hmm
on your list.
put it,
So
yes, definitely.
look. We're gonna get to all of it, Anna, because you know somebody in the chat, somebody send me a question. We can never move through this. We can never move through a live without somebody want to know what y'all dating, who you dating, what you doing, how's that going. But before we get there, we also have a lot of natural curly girls here in the chat. Most of us are natural, and we're out here traveling. How have you been able to manage? Because you looking good, girl, head to toe. What have you been doing for your hair? Has it been hard for you to product
No,
maintain your
no. It's
yeah.
been, yeah, you're frozen. It has not been an issue at all. When I tell you, I have not used, well, the only thing I have used is like my curl, my curl activator, like, like your jellies, because I did bring that. That's the only thing. But the shampoo and conditioner I've been using all of their stuff. So no, that
Yeah.
hasn't been. Now that was a concern of mine. I'm like, okay, I mean, what am I going to do when I want my curls defined? So you can always go to natural stuff, flaxseed, So I'm ready whenever that comes. But every country has people of color. It may
Mm-hmm.
just not be advertised, but every country there is. uh Japan has. I went to a soul food restaurant in Japan.
I'm done. How did I miss that? I'm done. But I saw that. I saw it on Instagram. Was it good?
Mhm. It, so it was good. It was decent. I mean, it wasn't like back home, but it was
Mm-hmm.
good. But I'm just saying, if you've never been exposed to soul food, other people who go to this country because they won't go other places to eat soul food. For them, it was wonderful. I went, it
Mm-hmm.
was decent. I mean, it wasn't bad.
Mm-hmm.
But just like, but what I'm saying, just as you find soul food restaurants, there are black hair products everywhere. So you
Yeah.
just have to know where. There's Facebook groups, there's YouTube, there's just doing your own research. Now, me, I'm a research queen. Well, maybe that's because I'm a teacher. I mean, everybody knows that I love to research. I'm like, no, yeah, oh no, I researched that. So yeah, so no, that has not been an issue at all. And so yeah, I'm not concerned. That was the least of my concern because I know we're everywhere. Now, come on now,
Mm-hmm.
we're everywhere. so,
Yep. And if you're
so that
headed
was,
to Thailand, you can now order products online. The
I heard.
Yeah, listen,
Mhm.
somebody just recently told me Amazon. I'm not sure about Amazon, but there is an online platform that's similar to Amazon called Lazada. And I know that you can order Shea Moisture products and other products that are good for our hair. So
Mhm.
that is an issue. And you know what we do? Whenever a sister goes someplace and there's a problem, you know she's going to solve the problem. So
Absolutely.
now I am seeing sisters are importing and they're starting to carry products here in Chiang Mai for sure for our
Okay.
hair. So if you're headed to Asia, if you're headed to Southeast Asia and you were concerned, like, what am I going to do with my hair? We're telling you right now, your skin and your hair going to be fine, sister. And you
Mhm.
might be able to find you some collard greens. So that's not a problem. That's nothing for you to worry about. Anna, before, and see, we had a little chat before we got on here. So, in all fairness, we were chatting about the role of faith in our
Mhm.
journey as well. And
Mhm.
don't you all be fooled that, we were sitting in jobs, and I don't know about yours, but mine was not the healthiest near the end.
Mhm.
And making that transition from the stress of teaching and knowing it was time to go. And what you see today, there was definitely a journey that involved, getting rid of things, going to therapy. But my faith also played
Mhm.
a huge part, trusting the process,
Absolutely.
turning it over to God, and, staying,
Absolutely.
staying true. How has your faith played a role in getting from teacher in the US to traveling the world looking fabulous? What role has your faith played?
Everything. When I tell you I did all those other things, but that was definitely geared by my faith. It was prayer, it was trusting God, it's reading his word, it's meditating, it's for me, it's everything is a faith walk. Everything in my life has been a faith walk. I've always put him first. And even that, even in this interview, I was praying. I said, God, that you get the glory in this, because yes, it's been me, but he was the one who guided me and made this possible, and that's why I'm at peace, where I am. So yes, it's been him all the way, and he's keeping me, and I'm just so grateful that I am living, as I tell my friends, I'm living in the answer, in the things I prayed for. I'm living in answered prayer. That is what I'm living in. And when I tell you, it's like I can't, like, sometimes I sit back and it's surreal. I'm like, God, like, this is actually happening. When I look at back at everything that happened and didn't happen, it was supposed to, so that I can get here. But you don't see it when you're going through it. You don't ask the questions why. You don't get the answers why. You ask questions, you get the answers why. I remember I'm like, why am I here? Why am I in this place? I don't really know anybody. I don't really like my job. All of this stuff, but this all led me to here. So yeah, it's been really
Listen, that was a whole word. Give me that again. The way you said that you're living in the answered prayer. What did
I'm
you say?
living in answered prayer, because this is what I prayed for, and I'm living now in that. I'm living in what the prayers that I asked for. I'm living in that now.
Mm.
And yeah, it's been surreal. I'm just so grateful, and he makes ways when I think that I can't. Oh, how is this going to work out? And then I sit back. Okay, God, why did I do? You worked it out. You
Girl,
worked it
you
out.
preaching, you are preaching. All those things that we worry about. I have learned, I think, because when you're traveling and you're traveling to so many places where you don't know the language, and many
Hmm.
times you may not even know anybody there,
Hmm.
there's a built-in thing that makes you trust the process because you've done
Hmm.
it. You've stepped off of so many planes and you don't know what you have planned, and we have researched and we've done all the things, but you really don't know. The minute you step off that plane, it's like go time.
Can I share a quick story?
Yes.
So I was getting tired of eating street food, because after a while you get tired of eating street food. And I was just saying, God, I want to eat something else. I'm like tired of this. But all these restaurants are geared, I would say that Seoul is not as geared to solo travelers the way Japan is. Japan is definitely, as far as restaurants are concerned.
Mm-hmm,
So,
mm-hmm.
so God led me. So I just turned down the street and I looked to the left, and it was like a place where solo travelers can eat. So I go in, I'm like excited and everything. And I go in, I'm like, oh, thank God. So of course, the owner doesn't speak any English. And of course, I don't speak any Korean. And so I said, do you have an English menu? He says, yes, yes. I pressed the English menu, it's in Korean. So I said, okay, this is not going to work. So there's a woman there. She says, oh, she speaks to me in English. She says, I can help you translate the menu. I was like, thank you, God. So I
Look,
end up, now this is really minor, but this is the minor things. So I end up ordering. And so I was telling her, I've been wanting to eat gimbap and I can't find. She said she waited for me to finish eating. She walked me to the place, and from there on, now I know where to get my gimbap. Now that's something very small. Gimbap was that Korean sushi I was telling you about. That's something really small. But just when God said, when the word says that God worries about the little things, that was a little thing that was a big thing for me. And I was just so grateful, because when I ate that gimbap, it brought me back. Oh, this is the gimbap that I eat in the States when I want some gimbap. And I was in heaven, in my little heaven for that moment. So that was something, but that's a small thing. And if he does the small things, just can you imagine with the big things that he's done?
girl, that is not a small thing. I am telling you, when you are away from home and you want something familiar, that is a huge thing. It is that. Because you're right. I've experienced that too, where Lord
Mhm,
knows I have been eating food that is not indigenous to my diet in
mhm,
the States.
mhm.
And so for 2 years, you are every time you go to a new place, you're making this adjustment. It's like sometimes can I just get a bowl of cereal? Can I just get something familiar? And so no, I don't think that's a small thing at all. And I just love what you're saying, that if he will be with us in the big things, then girl, we know he is taking care of the small things. We can
Hmm.
rest a little more. I
Yes.
I have noticed, and I've always probably been confident in some ways, but like everybody else, like you said, I've had things that happen to me in my life that will eat away at your confidence or undermine, your ability to see yourself as powerful.
Hmm.
But when you travel, every time you overcome what looks like might be an obstacle, I have found that you kind of build this capacity. It's like, well, girl, you made it through that.
Yeah.
That didn't take you out. And so that the next time when you're faced with a challenge or something doesn't go the way you planned, you kind of have, I do anyway, I have this feeling of, okay, well, we gonna see.
Yep.
We
That's
gonna
how I
see.
do it now.
Yeah. So I
Yeah.
know that you had to have some instances of where things didn't go exactly the way you planned them. Has this ever happened to you? Listen, and I was telling this to a friend the other day. Every time I go to immigration or every time I get ready with my little passport to walk through that gate at the airport, girl, I'm not shaking, but I'm like, Lord, please don't let please, Lord. I don't want to have to make some last minute plans. I have been so fortunate in that
Hmm.
I've never been stopped at the gate. I've never been stopped at immigration. Nobody, I've gotten some questions, but really just normal questions. Have you had any travel mishaps that you just had to rely on? It was just you and Jesus.
So I haven't, as far as I haven't had any issues with, going through the gate, but I understand that feeling because you like wonder, are they going to say something? Are they going to say something? And then my hair, on my passport, my hair was long then. So it was up. And so now because they're like, okay, take that off. And I'm like, Lord, I said, it's me. I mean, I hope they know it's real. And then, they let me through. I would say the only issue I've had has been in the accommodations.
Yeah.
And not that it's been interesting. And then what I have said, okay, God, there's something you're teaching me here. And one of the things may be entitlement, because that's we have as Americans. Maybe
Mm-hmm.
is we feel that we can't be uncomfortable. But if you're traveling, you have to be open to the culture. You have to be open to things are not done the way they're done in the United States. So that's what I do. I say, okay, God, you're trying to teach me something. And that's what I do. I adjust to the culture. And there's a lot of adjustment when there's a difference between vacationing and traveling.
Yes, Lord.
Vacationing is when you go to another country and you're looking for the same accommodations, the same quality of life that you have in the States. So you're going to go to your resorts and you're going to go to your American hotels that you want. I didn't want that. I wanted to travel. I wanted that experience. Well, with that request comes you are exposed to things that you're not that your accommodations, the way you may shower, because the showering is very different in Asia than it is.
Mm-hmm.
You basically go into like a room and there's no tub. It's like a you
Girl,
take
we
a
could tell a
whole
whole, we could do a whole episode. We could do a whole episode. Did you have the one where you could turn the heat up and adjust the heat on your
yes.
own? I
Hmm.
was like, look, I'm
Yes.
gonna dig that. I'm like, because I like my shower hot. I
Right,
thought that
but
was
this whole
just a
thing
whole
about you
room.
just walk into a room and you just take a shower and that's I said, "Ooh, this is
In
different."
the room. I know.
Yes.
It's a whole
I
different ball
said, "There's
game.
no tub, there's no shower stall. It's just there." So, and then I went when I was in Osaka, they sleep on the floor.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
sleep on the floor. And
Hmm.
I was like, okay, this is different. And I mean, I was looking at that mat. I said, okay, so I had to take a double mat. And so things like that. But this is temporary. This is how
Yeah.
you learn. This is how, to me, this is all part of that dying of self and what you are used to and what you want. And so that's the experience I have had. It hasn't been
Yeah.
necessarily there, but it's been in being immersed in the culture,
Hmm.
immersed in the way people eat and what they eat. I remember I posted this in in a group. I think I didn't post this on social media. So I'm sitting. So I go I'm here in the Korean night market because that's very popular here. I'm in a night market and I'm actually sitting next to a Japanese young woman, and she orders. Of course, she speaks very little English, and she doesn't speak that much Korean either. Because why was I ignorant? Thought that maybe they would be able to understand each other, and they don't, because it's a different culture. Forgive me for my ignorance, but I see this live octopus, and it's alive. It's live, and it's moving. And so I reached over to her and I said, "Is she going to cook that?" She said, "Cook, cook, no, raw." She cuts it up. She puts it on the place. It's moving, and she's still eating it. And then she offers me some. And of course, what do I say? I'm too American to eat that.
It at least has to slow down for me to eat it. It just got to at least sit down.
Yeah, no, it has to be dead. It can't be moving. And it was moving in her mouth. I was like, okay. So, those are things that you learn, how they do things, and just the way, everything, like, even when I pray over my food because I do, but it may not be, it's going to be different. And you just have to realize they're here, they're healthy, it's just different. And so that's what I would have to say has been things that I've encountered. More has been the accommodations. I would say that's been a little bit more of the food.
But it does every time. It gives you an opportunity to either stay fixed. And if that's the case, I'm telling you, if you have a fixed mindset, you are going to have a tougher time out in the world.
Yeah.
I have learned to kind of go with the flow and set aside expectations. Now, that doesn't mean set aside standards, because of
Right.
course I'm not going to stay any place that I don't feel safe or it doesn't feel hygienic or anything like that. That's not the case. I haven't run into that. But different, certainly different. And maybe requiring me to put aside some of my expectations. Yeah, I've had
Right.
that. But I've had some very positive things too, Anna. And I know, look, this is probably not even good TV talk. But sister, we talk about these Japanese bathrooms and these Korean bathrooms. I have never in my life gone to, in Japan particularly, a bathroom so clean. I'm talking about the public bathrooms.
Yes.
Clean. They're the
Clean.
in the world. And then in the private houses, we're not going to even talk about the toilets with the warm seat and all the amenities and the music.
Oh
I was
my
like,
God.
who thought of this?
Now Korea's not big into that the way Japan is. Korea is definitely more and more just like us. But
isn't that a Japanese thing? Oh my goodness.
Apps, I mean, and I heard Thailand is the same way, similar to Japan.
There's no. I'm telling y'all, this is just my humble opinion. Japan's a superior nation. Their bathrooms by far, hands down. You see those special toilets here in Korea, but here in Thailand, but girl, no. I want you to manage your expectations when you come this way.
Okay.
Well, Japan,
you're going to experience, if you got to go, because just to experience going to the bathroom. I mean,
it's a whole vibe. It's a whole thing. It is.
And there's a reason for it, because they conserve a lot of like garbage, and you have to carry your garbage, versus here it was a little bit different. When it was so funny, when I got off the plane in Seoul, I'm like, garbage can, paper towels, because you didn't experience that. So but I will say here, what's been interesting, I'm on the subway, people sweeping while they're there. They're wiping down the walls of the subway stations. I said, what? I said, wow. I was my daughter asked a question.
Yes, she wants to know, what is something that you didn't know about yourself before that you've discovered while traveling? That's a great question.
that I can, I know that I'm resilient, and I know that, but I'm much more resilient than I am. I'm much more comfortable in my, I did not know I was as comfortable in my own skin the way that I was,
Mhm.
because you learned, yes, I've enjoyed my own company, yeah, but I'm, believe it or not, I'm more of a risk taker. And I'm saying that I'm stepping into things that I didn't think I would. Like, I can go back in the States and just say, I don't want to deal with it. I just stay in my room and, my comfort zone. Or here, I definitely step out. So I'm definitely a lot more resilient. I'm more of a risk taker, and I'm much more comfortable in my own skin. Those are the
Yeah,
things, yeah, that I would say. Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. I've never seen anything wiped in the subways of New York. And that's what I thought about when I was there. I'm like, yeah, that doesn't happen in New York.
No, I'm telling you, it's a whole
Mhm.
different ball game. So if you all are thinking about coming to Southeast Asia, I certainly think Japan should be on your list. It has
Yes,
always been one
I
of my
definitely.
favorites. I
Hmm.
love Thailand, and it's beautiful, but Japan, I think, is really special in that way.
Hmm.
Anna, as we're wrapping up, because this whole, and I was telling Anna, the whole energy behind this whole interview and why I wanted to talk with her is because I recognize that sisters, oh, particularly Black women over 50, over 60, we are having a moment. I'm telling y'all,
Hmm.
don't miss it. Do not miss the wave. Anna, is there anything that you would offer for the sister who was us a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago? She's still sitting at home. This might be a dream, or maybe she isn't sure which direction she wants to go. Is there a piece or any amount of advice that you would give to a sister who's watching saying, man, I would love to do that, but what would you say to her?
But you can. You definitely can. It doesn't have to be travel. It could be whatever is that dream that you always wanted to do. It's not too late. You can do it. You Whatever that dream, start taking the steps. It may not happen in what I learned, it may not happen in your timetable, but it doesn't mean that it cannot happen. As long
Yeah.
as you continue to believe in that dream and hold on to that dream and start doing things little by little by little, it's definitely something you can do. Don't give up on that dream. Yes,
Yeah.
it took me to 61 to do it, but I did it. And I'm just grateful. And I had to go through everything to get here. I don't regret it because I'm here, and I'm just so grateful that the opportunity, but don't give up on that dream. I think so many of us, we give up, we give up on that hope, and it's never going to happen, and we just settle. Don't settle. Because the thing is, if you don't do it, it's something you're always going to keep on wondering, what if? Life is too short, life is too precious to have those what ifs in life. Just do it. And don't
Mhm.
be afraid. Do the work, whatever the work that may be. Whatever issues, if you have some issues that you know that you need to work on those issues. Because I will say this, wherever you go, there you are. Whatever issues you have in your home, you're going to have them wherever you go. And I'm so glad I did the work, because those triggers do come up. For example,
Yeah.
I was walking and I knew these two women were talking about me. Normally, I was like saying, yeah, wow, you get all into yourself. I said, I don't understand, whatever. I'm still doing my thing. I'm going forward. And so those are things that just keep doing, just do the work, continue to plan, continue to put one step in front of the other, you know, even if you have a family, even if you've been through divorce, even if you had to start over from scratch, because those are all things I had to do. I had to start from zero. And I didn't think, but I would say, if you have faith in God and you trust him, he has not forgotten those things that you asked for. And if there's something that it's still, that no matter what, it's still, you still want it, there's a reason. That means he's deposited that in you. So because you're going, and you just got to do the work, but don't give up. That's what I would say. And do not let fear stop you from doing anything, because that's what fear is. False evidence appears real, and it's a big lie.
Oh, girl, chills. I'm telling you, chills, chills, chills. I knew that I needed to chat with you because I don't, I think when you hear somebody say it and you see the same face saying the same thing, it's like, yeah, 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 we know that's your soapbox.
Hmm.
But when you can see other sisters, multiple sisters telling you the same thing, that yes,
Hmm.
you can do this, you can live this lifestyle. We are living proof. We are living
Hmm.
proof that you can get out here and not survive. I'm talking about thrive and have
Hmm.
experiences and continue to grow, learn, expand. Sister,
Hmm.
it's a pretty, it's a wonderful life. It
It
really is.
is. It really, really is. It's going to change you. Travel changes you. Travel brings out what's in you and
Yes,
what's not in you. So
yes.
I see
Yeah.
Demanuel
Did you see that
asking,
question? Yeah.
yes,
Which
what
country
country
has
has
resonated with
resonated?
you?
It's well, since this country, I mean, since this travel in Asia, because I have traveled before, I started traveling, and still my favorite country has been Portugal. That still has been my favorite country because I did that when I started traveling in 2019. That was the first time when I said I went for my master's. So that still has been my favorite country. But I'm in a different place then than I am now. What I would have to say at this point has been Japan because I love that the Zen life, the calmness, the
Mhm.
nonsense of urgency coming from the States, everything is we have to do it yesterday. Everything is in a hurry. Everything, it's like they just enjoy life. They enjoy the moment, the quiet, the
Yeah.
peace, the calmness. It's just that's what I can say so far that has been. But I don't have a favorite country because they both bring things to the table that I love. I mean, Korea
Mhm.
has always been like it's been one of those countries that I'm like, I gotta get there. I gotta get there. And I'm so glad that I did. And Japan was one of those countries we talked about that I should go. It was never in my
Yeah.
bucket list, but I'm so glad that I went. So that's
Yeah.
kind of the way that I look at it.
So what's in store for you for the future? Because I know you won't be there for forever. Where are you
No.
headed to next?
So
And
I am heading to I'm heading to Thailand, then I'm heading to Malaysia, and and one of the reasons I'm heading to Malaysia is because um, their medical they have a health screening that is unbelievable. So I'm getting a full head to toe where you in with the medical doctors, a team of doctors for 3 to 4 hours that comes out less than $700, including blood work and everything. So
yes,
I'm
indeed.
doing I'm doing that. I'm heading to Malaysia. I'm heading I'm going to Singapore. I'm going to Maldives. I'm going to Vietnam. I can't wait to get there. Someone told me that I'm going to fall in love with Vietnam. That's what I've been told. And
Near and dear to my heart.
so and then I may stop home for a little bit and stop back, check on some things I need to do. Like maybe I'm thinking about maybe filing for my Social Security because I'll be 62 then, so I'll be eligible to do that. And then I'm going to continue because my dream is I want to move outside the U.S. I really would like to leave the U.S. And maybe I'm saying Western Europe right now. I'm saying Portugal because that's still my number one so far.
Mhm.
But I'm not 100% sure because I've gone to South America. I have enjoyed that, but still, but yeah, there's other places. There's Africa, the continent. There's the Middle East. There's tons of places. I'm not in a hurry. There's
Yeah,
no sense of urgency. So
yeah,
I'm just enjoying life. I'm taking one experience at a time, one country at a time, and that's it. That's kind of what I'm doing.
yeah. And I heard somebody introduce this concept that, girl, we don't have to choose. We can date all these countries. I
That's
was
it.
like, oh, yes, I'm all
Yes.
about dating the country. Okay, which leads me quite naturally into, and we got to wrap up, girl. We've been going an hour plus, and my
Okay.
grandbaby keeps
Okay. Okay.
calling. He's like, "Mimi, we have not talked." So, what is happening on the dating front? Are you dating? Do you want to talk about it? Is it a non-factor? Is it not even on the radar? Like, who cares, girl? Because we living our best lives out here. What's happening? I gotta ask the question because the girlies want to know.
It's a non-factor for me right now. Honestly,
Mhm.
I think part of this journey was I think had I been in a relationship, I would not have done this. So I think that right now it's in the back burner. Is it something that I want? Yes, I do. But I'm also waiting on God's timing. God knows. He knows what's best. I'm not looking. I just believe that when it's supposed to happen, it'll happen. And I'm just really in, like you said, I'm dating countries right now, and I'm enjoying that.
That's all I'm gonna say about that. We dating countries, and I said the same thing, and somebody laughed because I said, "Listen, I'm sitting on the side of my bed waiting on Jesus." Somebody said, "Well, you know, you can't find a man if you're sitting in the house." I'm not looking for a man. He should be
Mm-hmm.
looking for me. First of
Mm-hmm.
all, I'm gonna
Yes,
let Jesus do what he does, and I'm gonna do what I do
exactly.
while I'm dating these countries. He see me. He knows
Exactly. Exactly. Exactly.
at this big old age. We are not playing games at this big old age.
No,
Sorry,
mm-mm, we
sir.
are
I
not.
am
We
not.
are not.
The
Mm-mm.
Thundercats talking crazy out here on the internet. We might have something to talk about. But do you have any in closing? Do you have any closing thoughts? Any projects that you're working on that you want to share with the community? And your final thoughts for just life in general, and any sister that's watching in the chat or either watching in the future. Any closing thoughts?
So I want to say something about any things that I'm working on. I'm working on enjoying life. I've been working for too long. I right now it's about enjoying life. What I'm doing is, I'm taking notes as I'm traveling to these countries. I'm seeing what opportunities would present themselves, what businesses, what may happen. But right now, it's just like I'm waiting. I'm trusting God for a relationship. I'm trusting God for opportunities. I'm
Yes.
enjoying the rest. That's something I came from working. I came from all of that. No, I'm enjoying just resting and enjoying life, enjoying each day as it comes. I'm
Mhm.
tired of saying, "Oh, oh, do I have to be on?" No, I'm not. I'm just really, Sandra, I'm just really wanting to enjoy because we're always looking for that next dollar, for this and for that.
Sure.
And that's why I retired to enjoy life. And that's what I'm doing. And really, in closing, I just want to tell everybody, everyone here, is that, life is short. Whatever dreams, whatever aspirations, whatever goals you have, do them. Everything,
Mhm.
anything that is going to happen is going to happen. It's going to be taken care of. I just want you to know that. You don't have to, your children will figure it out. You still have your friends who love you and support you will always be there. You're encouraging other people living your best life. So just live your best life. That's what I'm going to tell you is live your best life. We're in times that are crazy, that things are changing. Live your best life and just and put fear in your back pocket and say, you know what, fear, I don't have time for you, and just go do whatever you know is your dream, it's your passion to do, and just do it. It's going to work out. It always does. You will figure it out as you go. Whatever things you think is going to happen, it's not. Let me just say that. So
Yep.
just do it, and you're stronger. You're more resilient. You're
Ooh,
made for whatever you're supposed to do. So that's what my in closing. That's what I wanted to say.
I don't think there's anything else to be said. Your baby said it best. She says, and she preaches too. Sister, it has been an absolute pleasure. I knew that this was going to be nothing but good vibes. I knew that.
Oh, thank you.
I so love your story. And I so hope that people who are watching, anybody that's in the chat, anybody that's catching this in the future in a replay, that you can feel the authenticity, the love, the joy, and just get out there. She
Mhm.
told you, she gave you the roadmap. Play the replay. She gave you these step by step and told you what to do. Thank you, Anna. Thank you. I
Thank
cannot wait
you.
to see what other beautiful things are waiting for you. And we got to catch up with each other. So don't go after we in the
Okay.
stream. I got to figure out where you're going to be so that we can sync up our clocks and sync
Okay.
up our
Sounds good.
travel date. So again, thank you everybody. Thank you to all our friends in our community because again, we don't have subscribers over here. We got friends, sisters. Anna, did you want to say something else?
Yes, I just wanted to say, and if you want to follow me, I am on the social platforms. I am. And I think Sandra, maybe you can put it on there for me. But it's Ana Enriqueta because that's my middle name, Ana Enriqueta, and I'm on Facebook and I'm on Instagram. So I do post. Not a whole lot, but I do post. So, just I kind of do a review of the country I've been to, and I kind of do like a mishmash of where I've been. And so yeah.
Girl, yes. And I'm sorry. I can't believe that we don't have that because when I tell you Marilyn is the moderator extraordinaire, hey, we'll make sure that I put that. If you didn't get that, I'll make sure that I go back and put it in
Okay.
the description box of the video, and I'll try to post it on the community tab
Okay.
on my YouTube channel from Lack to Legacy, so that you can follow Anna on her journey as she travels
Mm.
around the world. Anna, thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Thank you so much. And bye, everybody. And thanks for joining
We'll
us.
see you folks next week. Don't forget, if you're watching and you're new, like, subscribe, share the channel with another sister, inspire somebody else to get out and live their dream. If you've been here before, don't forget to hit the like button on the way out the door. And by all means, share this video. And we will talk to you all next week. Bye, y'all.